Okay, in this tutorial, we're going to talk about setting up a refinance. The first thing you're going to want to do is build out your template. So you would go to type in refinance here. You want to pull in a strategy. You can use the Misely catalog to actually pull in the refinance strategy to make it your own. And then you're going to put refinance for the purpose. You're going to add a typical home value in your area. You don't need to add the credit score, annual income, and monthly debts. It's not required, but if you do, you can use the mortgage insurance tool. You would add the interest rate. I like to add the interest rate where they are currently sitting with their current loan and then hit create because the template is going to start with the current situation as you'll see here. So we have this current loan, but before you do anything there, you're going to want to go up to the profile section, scroll down and change this to a strategy and then hit save. Once that is saved, you're going to go into the cost section because you do need to update your state, your county, your loan cost, and other costs. So those are the only things you need to do in this particular section because annual tax insurance and escrow is only going to be applicable to your certain circumstance. So your template doesn't need to have any specifics there other than some general numbers. So let's hit save here. And once you're finished that, then your template is all ready. And now you can use this template to create a refinance for your client. So let's go out to the dashboard and let's say we have John Smith here. We're going to pull in that refinance template. We're going to change this to refinance. His home value is 750,000. Credit score is 850. Income is 250. Monthly debts is $300. Interest rate, like I said, it's going to be the interest rate for the current loan. So let's say John is at 7.5%. We're going to hit create. Once we create this, now we're going to make this template specific to John. So what you're going to do first is you're going to update your costs, make sure that you're in the right state, county, your lender cost is set, your refinance is set for the specific county or state that you're in. If there's no change, that's great. And then you're going to update your annual property tax with the specifics in mind. So whatever John's taxes are, you're going to put that as the annual tax rate. And then you're going to also do that for insurance. And then you're going to update your taxes, your escrow. Once you're completed that, you're going to hit save. And we'll go from there to setting up the current situation. So the first thing that you're going to do is go into this first loan. You're going to update the principal balance. That's what you're seeing on the statement. The interest rate is already there because you set that through the quick form. And then you're going to want to calculate what the remaining term is. Let's say John has already paid 12 months into his loan. So you're going to put 348 here. And that, once you hit save, is going to update the presentation so that the payment here at 3340 should match what the statement shows the payment to be, including the principal and interest, the taxes, and insurance. You do not need to have debts in the current situation, but it's there because we're going to make a copy of the current loan to set up the new loan. And you also need to adjust your mortgage insurance or add your mortgage insurance if you do have that currently on the loan. So now that we're all set and ready to go, we're going to make a copy of the current loan to build out our existing loan. Let's just say the current loan is going to be, let's call it 80%, and you're going to be doing a 6.5%, and it's a 360 months. And we're going to say this is the new loan. So once we get that in there, we're going to select a color. I like to use green, hit copy. And now you're getting ready to set up your new loan. So you're going to first go into the first loan scenario. And so the first thing you're going to want to do is switch the refinance use to rate and term, limited cash out, cash out. Then you're going to want to adjust the loan amount. This is the current principal balance that came over from the current loan scenario. So I like to take this number plus one monthly payment plus the closing costs of roughly about $5,000. So let's just say for round numbers, we're going to add $7,000 to this. We could do that here. So now you're ready to add your debt. So you go to the debt section here and hit create. You're going to add, and I like to just use the current mortgage. You can put the current company name in there, but you can just put current mortgage. And the balance is the 400,000 plus the 3,300 because you want to make this a payoff, not just the principal balance. So you're going to put $403,000 here, and then you're going to indicate yes, you want to pay this off and hit save. You'll notice now that you are all set, unless you have to put in mortgage insurance. In this case, do we need mortgage insurance? Really just depends on the scenario. In this case, we're at 54 LTV, so no mortgage insurance is required, but you may have to adjust that depending on what you're doing. Once you have done that, I always like to go to this presentation and go to loans and then make the new loan my favorite loan so that it highlights the difference between the current